My birthday's in a few weeks. We'll give you a Venmo link if you want to send money to me, because,
You're gonna be one of those?
I mean, I'm not starting a GoFundMe or anything. I'm just saying, if you want to support, you can, send me a little something for my birthday.
So birthday's coming up. Today's the 100th episode.
Today's our 100th episode?
Yeah.
What?
I've put it off for 2 weeks.
Well, we didn't get balloons or anything to celebrate.
I know, it's fine.
Yeah, so my birthday's coming up. That's the most exciting thing that's really happening. My whole family's abandoning me to go to Hawaii for 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. So there's that. But I'm going to be spending a lot of time with friends. Sasha's taking care of me on my birthday, so I'm hyped for that.
That's good. So what are we doing for your birthday?
I don't know. What are we doing for my birthday?
I don't know. I had to plan my own birthday.
So, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. I took care of everything. I asked you when you wanted to have it and what you wanted to eat. I took care of everything else.
Oh.
You didn't even order enough pizza for everyone. I ordered more pizza.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And from a place that people actually liked.
Well, it's my birthday, my pizza.
You're right. Your mom said everything's on you. So I'll tell you what I want to eat, when I want to have it. You take it from there. That's what I'm going to leave it at. We are going to play the How Well Do You Know Heather game, though.
Okay.
Even though it's completely unfair because it's your family and none of my family, and there's...
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone just guesses.
They're not going to get anything right.
I probably won't even get it right.
You better.
Why?
Because you should know me better than anyone.
How many did you get right on mine?
All of them. I was the one who created some of the questions because I knew the answers.
Oh, that's true.
I'm really not happy to be on the wrong side of 30, but it's fine.
Well, it is what it is. Not that bad.
Okay, so I've never felt more in my 30s than I did the other night at the gym. My dad and I were in there, and we could overhear a conversation, and literally we both laughed out loud. This is how bad it was. So this group of people are talking, whatever, and then I hear the kid go, he goes, "Wait, how old are you?" And he goes, "I'm 20. And he goes, "What? I thought you were my age. I'm 24. He's like, "Damn, you're young." And I was like, I'm literally 11 years older than that kid.
Bro, he's only
11 years older than that kid.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Dad's laughing, and Dad goes, "Imagine being my age." I was like, "This is true."
He's like 70 years old.
I was like,
60
but
years.
still. I was like, I said, "Dad, I'm 11 years older than that kid over there." And he's talking about how he's 20 and he can't wait to go out and party and stuff. I'm like, oh, been there, done that, like 1,000,000 years ago. Done.
Yeah. But the thing with me, like, I don't even, like, when they say age is a number, only a number, like, I really feel like it is.
Except in certain extenuating circumstances, you're correct.
Yeah, because honestly, I feel the same.
I feel younger than all the people that I am friends with who are my age.
Right. I feel in a different part of life.
I haven't caught up. My maturity's kind of there.
I mean, I know more about stuff.
But I still always feel very young.
Right.
I think because I'm still so taken care of.
It all depends on what you do with yourself.
I'm so taken care of in life.
Right.
Like, people still have to do so much for me.
Well, and that's why.
And
you feel
also,
that way. Right.
my siblings have forever been I'm the baby. So, like, while Penny and I are best friends now, it's still, like, her and Matt still kind of take care of me in certain ways. Like, oh, we're going to pay for this even when I don't want them to.
Yeah.
Or we're going to, like, have you over to do this. Like, I don't know. It's just, I get taken care of a lot. People call me to check on me and, like, stuff like that. I just feel very taken care of. And my parents still have to do a lot for me, which is fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that can be a good thing and a bad thing. I understand for you, you want your independence, and it can be bad, and because I would feel the same way. I hate people taking care of me.
I will say, I wanted to tell you, I got the neighbor's phone number yesterday.
The neighbor? What neighbor?
And she was out.
Why?
Okay, so
she could tell us, like, if people have been looking at her house and stuff?
Well, no. Here's the thing. She didn't want to seem like a creeper, but she's always in the kitchen, she said. She's always doing stuff in the kitchen. She leaned out the door to check on me because I didn't have my key to the house, and Dad and I drove the van here. Dad doesn't have a key to the house on the van. I was like, Dad, I don't have a key to the house. He goes, oh. I said, I'll just wait here for you. So I was standing on the steps, and Anne came out, and she was like, Heather, are you okay?
Okay.
And so I went, she's like, I never get to talk to you. So I came over to talk to her. She didn't know I had epilepsy or that I'm home by myself most of the time.
Yeah.
She thought I was just never home. She's like, oh my gosh, here's my number. And she was like, I'm always home, and if my car's not here, my husband's not great at answering the phone, but...
She has a husband?
That's what I said.
I thought it was her boyfriend or something.
I thought he was just a brother or somebody that came over. No, that's her husband.
Oh.
He just goes out to mow the lawn, and that's the only time we ever see him. He only does the stuff for the house, and he's always inside. But she said he's not great at answering the phone. But she gave me the house phone number and said if I ever need anything in an emergency...
That's right, I still have a house phone.
Right, most people do. We're the only ones that probably don't.
No, I think younger people don't
Yeah.
use a house phone anymore.
You still have to pay for it, which is stupid, but we don't anymore, right? I don't think we do.
House phone? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we dropped that when we dropped cable.
When we dropped cable, right.
But I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, oh, thank you very much. She's like, I am so sorry. I did not know any of this about you. I was like, it's okay. I was like, but I'm grateful to have. She goes, I didn't want to seem like a creeper. Like, I'm not. She goes, your house is right outside my kitchen window. I'm always doing stuff in there. I said, I appreciate it. I like having someone to look out for me.
Always watching.
Yeah, very Roz of her. But no, I like it. She's a sweetheart. So
that's good. I'm glad you like neighbors because I don't.
I know, but it was nice to have one person where it's like if I was in a real emergency and I couldn't get a hold of anyone, there's someone right across the street that's like, Anne could get here in a quick second. So that's where I'm like, okay, I'm grateful for that.
Right.
But I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I meant to tell you that yesterday because you'd be like, oh, yeah. It's like I finally learned about Anne. A little bit more about the neighbor.
And we also just got back from the beach.
Facts, we did. It was so much fun. I want to go back.
It was nice. I have to get up the, I don't know what you call it, motivation.
The feeling of wanting to go back because it's still a few weeks away.
But here's the thing for me, the beach, like it's good. You know, it's not like relaxing for me. I don't like that a lot.
But we're the only ones going to be there. That's the thing.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So we would be doing our own thing.
I know, but even that, it's just not that relaxing for me. You know what I mean?
It's just relaxing to go sit on the beach for
like for me, hours. No, it's not. Like for me, it's not. I'm just being honest. You know, the reason I like Disney is because it's relaxing, but it's like people are like, how are you relaxed at Disney when there's people all over the place and you hate people? I'm like, it's so weird. I can't explain it.
It's different there. I get that.
I hate people, but when it comes to Disney World, I can be in that crowd and I'm not worried.
I'm not asking for Disney for my birthday because that would be a whole lot.
No, I know that.
Look, free house, take the dog with us.
I get it.
Or we go...
But it's just time, you know what I mean?
Or we go freeload at my parents' and eat whatever food they have left in their cabinets while they're gone.
Okay.
And take the dog and be by the pool.
Be by the pool, I'll do that.
And do whatever all weekend.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I mean, Becca's still going to be home, so she might be like, hey guys,
randomly.
what's up?
We can teach her how to swim. Throw in her pool.
You know what I do want to do for my birthday, Ben?
What?
I want to go bowling.
Okay.
Can we go bowling?
Just us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we can invite Sasha and Becca. We can see who wants to go. I can reach out to Ben.
So I can beat more people.
It's not what I wanted, but I'll see if Sasha and Ricky want to go. I'll see about...
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll see if Becca wants to do it on a Friday or Saturday. It'll be Friday or Saturday night. And then I can see about Ben because him and Brittany have been wanting to do something. They want us to come see the house and stuff like that.
They have a house?
Yeah, that happened a while ago.
Oh, well, you don't tell me nothing. I don't even see nothing.
I only saw it on Instagram. I was like, do you want to tell me you bought a house? Like,
yeah, I don't see nothing on social media or nothing.
Like, he doesn't.
I see the same stuff. I don't know how you get to see different things.
Believe me, I know. It's
but
annoying.
I'm just like, I follow all these people, but I only see like 5 people's stuff.
I know.
I'm like, this is annoying.
It's all about like interaction.
I liked it. It's not even like I liked it and stuff. It just pops up first for some reason.
Yep.
It's annoying. It's so annoying.
If you've ever liked anything in the past, that's why. That's why you have to start liking more random people's stuff. So then because then it would generate in there. It's annoying, but
I found this this list of stuff that people secretly judge others for?
Oh, I secretly judge people for a lot of things. And then
I don't
ask
think
for
I do,
forgiveness.
but I know a lot of this stuff is probably stuff that we do or don't do
100%.
or care about.
You do judge a little bit
How?
inside. I'm sure you do.
To who? To whom?
To whom?
To whom do I judge?
Well, it's hard to like start listing, but like
Like, what kind of people?
you judge situations and things before you even try them. People that, well, like you just said, like the beach isn't relaxing, but you also don't want to be around those people because you don't trust them. And then it's
That's
like,
not me judging them. I'm not judging them for something that they wear or something that they do. I'm just saying I don't like them.
right, but you don't even know them, so why are you judging and saying you don't like them?
Because I don't need to know them.
Exactly, that's judging.
Okay, whatever.
You don't want
Anyway.
to know our neighbors. You're judging that they would not be nice people that you want to know.
Okay. So the first
Go
one
on.
is the part of their life that they post on social media.
I don't know if I judge.
Yeah, and this one, I mean, this says, like, it gives, like, a little quote under it, and it says, especially when they post every tiny problem in a relationship on social media.
See,
I don't even see that.
I'm not on Facebook anymore. I mean, I will say I used to see some. You remember my cousin Alice's status that time? I was judging pretty hard then.
About what? Was it, like, dirty or bad or
Yes,
something?
it was
Oh,
dirty.
Okay. Yeah, stuff like that.
When I was on Facebook, I will say I did get annoyed when people would say things like, please send prayers, things are not good. And they would just like spill on and on without actually telling you what's wrong. And it was kind of like, stop doing that. Like,
Right.
you're not, if you want prayers, you know, like when I need
How do I know
prayers for
what I'm praying
something,
for? Yeah.
I go to specific people.
Right.
Like I'll text Sasha and be like, hey, I'll text Becca. Can
Right.
you please, you know, I do Penny. Like certain people I'll reach out to, like, can you please just pray for me for this?
Yeah, yeah.
Like this is going on with me and I'm worried about it. Please say prayers. That's the kind of thing I did. But
Is judging the same thing as, like, I hate when?
kinda.
Okay. Well, I judge old people on social media,
Who update their entire lives and post every single detail.
especially their medical issues. Like, I don't care, man.
Yeah.
I don't care that you have diarrhea and you've gone, like, to the bathroom all day. I don't care. Why would you post that? And also kids that post, and also parents that post their naked kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you not know the world that we live in? There's old people and, like, old guys.
I can appreciate the people
Looking at
that
that.
want to post a picture and they know that their kid's like bare butt is showing and they put a giant emoji over it.
I don't even like that.
I
don't even like
appreciate
that.
that they at least try,
Yeah, I don't even like that.
but yeah, our kid will not be.
No, I don't even like that. But because I saw, like, Channing Tatum, like, he just posted a picture of his kid for the first time.
Yeah,
Like, no one's ever seen her face
yeah.
until that time.
A lot of
Yeah.
celebrities have done that.
But of course, I wasn't even paying attention to the kid because it was him and his chiseled abs.
Oh yeah, I do
But-
love looking at him.
Man,
Like-
it sucks because all he does is run. Because I listened
hate
to him in their
running.
interview. He was like, I don't do anything. Like, I don't really lift weights or anything. I just run.
Obviously, it's also diet then, running and diet.
Right, he probably changed his diet up a little bit.
I know it's so
But
unfair.
he just said he runs.
A lot of people,
He just
and I can't
burns fat.
run. I would love to get into running.
I don't know.
I do, but I don't want shin splints.
So the next one is how snobbish a person is about someone else's situation. So, for example, information about wage, job, family situation, living situation, etc., and making comment on it.
I do hate the pro union. I don't care if you work for a union. I'm happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
The people that say that their tradesmen who work for the union are better than the ones who don't,
Yeah,
it drives me fucking nuts.
yeah,
I know several people, and I'm like, I'm grateful for you. Like, I am more than happy for you. Some of them are my friends. I am proud of you for finding a better company to work for and, you know, doing what you love to do in your trade. But you don't have to constantly shit on the fact that you're union and they're not. So, ha ha to them. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why are you
yeah. I mean, the whole thing is pointless.
Like, why do you have to? And a lot of union people are like that.
Yeah,
And it's annoying. And I think I see it more because I work in a construction business. But it's just annoying. Like, a job is a job, and I'm grateful that you just have one and you're not sitting on your ass collecting unemployment.
Me too.
That's all I care about.
Me too. As
that
long
you
as you're,
try.
As long as you're out there working, you know what I mean? It's like when we were at the beach. Every single store was hiring.
Every single place.
How often do you see that? You don't see that. You know, I was looking at this one website yesterday and I saw just all these jobs because they actually have it on WDEL.com. Mm-hmm. And when you go to the site, it comes up and it shows you like, are you looking for part-time, full-time? And you just click the button and it has all these jobs.
Yep.
And it shows like urgent, like we need workers, urgent. All this stuff. I was like, dang, go on.
Chick-fil-A, over the last however many months, years, we've been ordering from them. Every bag, no matter, it always had a little slip. Hey, we're hiring. Like, constant. Like, everywhere is hiring, and I know so many unemployed people. Go try something. That's all I care about is effort. Even if it's not enough, it's got to be more than unemployment is for you.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, no one wants to do anything hard.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to...
Or they don't want to do something that they think is below them, like fast food.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, obviously not. I mean, what are they making, 15 an hour now?
15's better than...
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing. But, I don't know. So, yeah, when it comes to how people comment on people's jobs and things like that...
Right. Because how does that affect you? It doesn't.
It shouldn't.
Let the people, and the people doesn't mean they're going to be staying at that job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can leave the job and go somewhere and do something else.
I mean, I'll admit, I think we've all been the one to make the joke like, oh, you're going to be flipping burgers, or you're going to say,
yeah.
do you want fries with that?
But we're joking because we're talking about as a career because you don't try anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Or because you're a kid and you're doing dumb things. And you're like, okay, you're looking at a future at McDonald's and nowhere else.
And that's the reason is because it's a minimum wage job for a reason. It's a start out job. It's not for you to chill there the rest of your life. You know, that's what we're trying to explain to these people that want to raise the minimum wage so high. But I don't know. Another one is how kids behave and the parents' choices. So an example is when the parents think a tantrum is funny or cute. And it says this girl was watching a girl throw a fit, and the mom and grandma were giggling and laughing about how sassy she was. I was like, that's what I grew up with. My mom and dad would laugh at me throwing a tantrum. It's because it's silly.
I do judge a lot.
But out in public, I don't know if I would do that.
I definitely hate when people feel the need to, like, I saw this mom yesterday with her 2 kids, and I think she felt like she had to hurry up, grab your stuff. Like, she didn't want to have her kids make a scene or take too long in the line or whatever. And I'm like, they're kids. Right. Let them be.
Right.
At mini golf, when that family was like, okay, we're just going to take her swings for her, let the little girl play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not judging your parenting if you think that it's okay to hog the hole for an hour because your kid can't hit the ball.
But other people do, and that's the thing.
And
they don't know how we are.
I know, and that's when they just want to hurry up and do so.
But yeah, I don't think it's anyone's business to judge how other people raise their kids. But I know
unless you really see harm happening.
Yes.
Anything like that. But otherwise, just keep your mouth shut, man. It's hard enough. You know, especially when you see a single mom out and shopping and with their, like, multiple kids. I'm like, damn, I feel for you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to criticize you. You're doing the best you probably can.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because, and people said, oh, well, that means they're not disciplined at home. I'm like, I don't think that's the case.
No.
When kids are out, they want to grab stuff. They want to see. They want things.
They want
and you
to
tell
touch
them
things.
no.
They want
to... Right. And you tell them no, they're going to freak out.
Yes. That's what kids do.
Right.
Being told no is not fun, even as an adult, believe me.
No, but I will be one of those parents that will laugh at my kid when they throw a fit. Because it'll be hilarious. I'm like, do you even know? I'll be like, what? Do you even know what you're throwing a fit over? You don't. Because you're not getting your way. Because then you'll end up like people now who are adults, and when they don't get their way, they throw a fit in their own way.
Mm-hmm. True.
You know? It's like an adult temper tantrum.
Yep.
That's what
I
it
do
is. And you
hate
see it now
those.
is because people get their way all the time.
I do hate those.
Yeah. 100%. People who gossip to me about other people, and then you would always wonder what they say behind your back.
I do gossip. I've always been a little
Yeah.
bit of a gossip. But now that I'm older, I feel like I go to you and say, I'm not supposed to tell anyone this, or just like...
But they
so I
expect
keep
you to
it-
tell me, though.
I keep it within my household.
Yeah.
I don't go and spread it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever sit there and wonder, what do they say about me? Because I just don't care. Like,
True. I've wondered that a couple
if-
times, though. I'm like, yo, I wonder what people say. I even asked at work. I was like, yo, what do people say behind my back?
See, I don't
You know, and they're
care.
like, really, Ben? Like, Ben, no one really talks about you.
Yeah, see?
I was like, good.
You exist and then you go away.
Yeah.
I don't care. I can imagine what some people would say about me,
Mhm.
you know, and I don't care.
And it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't faze me because it's not my business.
Mhm.
And I probably have similar feelings about them. So
Right.
whoever's going to have something bad to say about me, unless I don't know. I just don't. Gossip is something that's always been around. And I don't think anyone, no matter how good of a person they are, avoids gossip.
Yeah.
I don't think they do. In some way or another,
Yeah.
it happens.
Right.
So judging someone for gossiping is stupid because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You judging them about gossiping, you're gossiping to someone else about that person gossiping.
Gossiping. Exactly. So, yeah.
Riddle me this.
Right. So, what's that called? What are those things called that go around?
Called a vicious circle. A
Carousel.
repeated cycle.
Yeah. I wouldn't know much about this, but maybe you do because you email all the time. But people who can't get another person's name right in the email conversation, even though it's literally right there in the signature.
Okay, so I've done this.
You've gotten someone's name wrong?
So sometimes people have like a first initial and a last name, and you've had conversations with them before. So like I've done where I called someone Rob when it's really Ron, or
Oh.
like Mark or Mike, things like that. I've gotten messed up.
Yeah.
People that mess mine up though, my signature is forcibly there. Like
Yeah.
it never goes away.
And that's the worst too, because then you're actually typing out, and it's like, but if you're in person and you just call someone by the wrong name, like Mark or Mike, you could just be like, mine,
Mark.
you know what I mean, and try and hide it,
Mike.
and then it'll kind of work maybe.
I don't know.
But when you type it out, there's like, what? That's not even my name,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I never had that issue, so I don't judge on that.
I don't judge people for that. It happens.
I do judge people on who uses their speakerphone for music or conversations in public places.
Yes.
Or if they're on the
So-
Bluetooth in the ear.
And they're having a conversation.
Yeah. Like so at work, this girl that gets the mail, she always walks by me when I'm sitting in this spot. And one time she said, "Hey" to me, and then I saw the thing in her ear, so I didn't say nothing. But then she told someone, like, "Does that dude not talk back?" And I was like, "Well, every time I see you, you got the thing in the ear. I didn't know if you were talking to me or talking to the person on the phone. So how am I supposed to know?"
Yeah, because that'd be uncomfortable to say hey, and
That's
then
what I'm
they're
saying. It's
considering
awkward.
a
And they'll be
conversation.
like,
No,
It's so awkward.
the speakerphone thing drives me nuts.
the speakerphone's even
So
worse.
we were talking about this. Penny and I were talking about it. There are people who will have conversations or check their messages on speakerphone at work. That's a very small area.
Yeah, everyone can hear
And
it.
don't complain about noise if you're doing the same thing,
Exactly.
except worse.
And no one wants to hear your whole conversation.
No. So you can hear us talking because we are coworkers who need to speak to each other in a cubicle. And
Yeah.
every now and then we will have a positive conversation that's about something totally different. Sorry if that bothers you, but I don't want to hear your conversation with Charlie from the printers talking about blah blah and your
Right.
loud ass laugh and stuff like that. Like, it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the biggest pet peeves I can possibly have, and I do judge. I'm always like, ahem,
Yeah.
ahem, it's really loud. I did it once. I yelled over the cube walls,
Yeah.
and I said, I'm sorry, I can't hear over her speakerphone. Oh, I was so pissed.
I'll be like, tell him I said what's up.
Like, hey, Charlie. Like, no, it was seriously, I was so pissed. I was just like, you literally just caused a whole confrontation about noise not that long ago, and now you're being 10 times worse because your speakerphone is way up.
Yeah.
And then when you got people who walk around, like, you get these young kids that got their phones on just the speaker and they're walking around the store.
Right.
If they're not singing along or whatever, and you're just in a store, like, I'm not really going to get angry. At the gym, though, I got my own music in my ears.
Right.
I don't need yours, too.
No one needs to be playing on speakerphone.
Yeah, no.
That's too
And
much.
I do have, there were people that would always be in the gym on the phone, too, and that used to drive me nuts.
You know what else drives me nuts? Is that, kids just walk around with their AirPod in their ear?
With nothing on.
I'm just like,
Or
what are you
they're-
listening to music right now for?
I know.
Like, you're
Lucas does it
I know-
24/7.
Yeah, I noticed that. And where did I see? I saw this like little girl. Where were we at? I don't know. I think we're like mini golf or something. I was like, why are you listening to music right now?
It's like a look
What do you
right
need to-
now.
Yeah, you just have your AirPod
There's
in
the
your ear.
look to have a. I'm like, you
That's
want
so
me to
dumb.
walk around with mine? Mine
it's
looks
so
like
corny.
a hearing aid.
Yeah. I was like, it's so corny.
It is corny.
So this too is how people treat servers, wait staff, hotel people.
Oh, they are
and
not
stuff like
below you.
that.
They don't work for you.
Right.
You are a guest at their place. They can refuse to serve you if they really want to. So suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing that pisses me off is how people treat the Ruby
People at the Ruby tie.
Ruby tie.
Oh my God, yelling at them
It's
like
so
they don't understand.
disrespectful.
No, just point. It's literally a glass. If you think you can't understand them or they're not understanding you,
if I would have known, I would have started this Asian hate, stop Asian hate thing before all this because it was happening then.
it was awful.
Yeah, people
And they
treating those
were
people
verbally,
like they don't. Yeah,
They were like verbally like they're out loud telling whoever they're with, like, this bitch can't understand me. I don't understand what she's saying. Like, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
Like, I already knew what I wanted. I gave my
Right.
order to the girl back there.
right,
I'm just standing here in line. If she asks me a question, I'm gonna listen.
right.
It's not that hard.
Or
You
just
don't
be
have to, like,
polite, man.
be polite for like.
Like, what do you
10
gotta ask,
I want
like-
that chicken. No, I said that chicken.
Okay, they can't speak English that well. Guess
but
what?
they understand it.
And guess what? You can't speak Thai at all. So how about, like lay off of them, let them do their job, and try and focus to hear what they're trying to say.
Yeah,
Nothing
listen.
bugs me more than
And then
than
you're
that
at
kind
like
of
a
stuff.
hotel and things like that, and people treat the people like shit because my room isn't clean, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, maybe they didn't get to it yet, or maybe they didn't, you had a do not disturb. There's just so many reasons.
We had a guy walk in our room and we were still nice about it.
That was, I was still
We were
nice
still-
about it,
yeah,
but
we were
I
still
was
nice
a
about it.
little bit not happy about, I mean, I was standing there, like, literally changing my
Yeah,
clothes, and the
right.
man opens the door, hello? And I
Yeah.
was like, curtain. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that was awkward.
You're like, Ben,
But we
someone was in
didn't-
here.
And we did think about complaining, but then we didn't. We
Right.
didn't say anything because we were just like, we asked him, and he made sure that he, like, knock.
But
When-
still, when someone's back at the room, no matter what you do, I don't think you're supposed to go in there.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not supposed to just come back. Oh, I have some shampoo and just give. I don't think you're supposed to do that unless
And
we ask for
maybe
it.
he was new and didn't understand. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why I didn't get too pissed off about it. I was like,
I was confused. More
I
than
was
anything.
confused
Yeah.
because I laid down for my nap because I was after my bad seizure, remember?
right.
So I laid down so I could sleep, and I'm just laying there like, oh, he's back. And he needs to check on the shampoo. Okay. And you were just standing there watching him like, okay, this is weird. Like,
Yeah.
but other than that, like when people are
I wasn't
rude,
even mad. Here's the thing: is like at Disney World, I don't even get mad like that. There's no point. I
you
don't
get
want
mad
to
at
ruin.
me like that, but not at other people.
Yeah, well, you because I thought you were being dramatic, but it turns out you weren't. So that's my fault.
Yeah, that is your fault.
Anywho's, yeah, I don't even get mad because it's not worth it.
No.
It's like when Sue was telling us how she acted at Disney World. I was like, I can't even imagine acting that way.
I can't imagine being that angry.
I can't imagine being angry. Like, why do you let people so under your skin so much?
Like,
And I learned
remember
from that. Yeah.
when the lady was pissed off about the last pretzel thing? The last pretzel thing that started the whole childless millennium?
Yeah. I was like, what's the point?
Like, why you gotta
Why are
be
you
so
mad?
angry right
It's because
now?
she's mad at herself that she has to be there with kids, and she's mad at the millennials.
For being there alone.
Right.
You see more people alone now than with kids, honestly.
Exactly, 'cause
I would
it's
love
better
to
as
see
an
the
adult.
percentages
Yeah.
on that.
And people don't believe me. I was like, yo, it's 10 times better as an adult than it would be with kids. Mm-hmm. You know, let yourself be vulnerable. Let yourself enjoy.
Being kid.
You know, I was just watching, what's it called out there? What's that fireworks show?
Happily
Ever After. Sorry, brain.
Sorry, brain.
Have none.
Missing.
Missing.
Put it on milk carton.
Yeah.
Not sure when
Not
it'll be
sure.
returned. Offering reward.
Yeah. But yeah, just watching that, like, it just, I don't
It
know.
hits
It
you
just
in
does
all
something.
the feels. There's
Because-
a commercial on Hulu right now, and it starts with
Great
the
Big
song,
Beautiful Tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're like the little girl's running around in her princess dress,
Yeah.
and they gets the
Yeah, I miss
my
it.
heart.
I miss it. But I know we'll be back there soon.
Does that list judging wait staff on there too?
Yes.
Okay, so here's my thing about the wait staff.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're completely shitty and they don't come to your table and they don't ask questions and they don't ever check on you and they never get your, like, they don't write things down right or they
Yeah.
keep forgetting things. It is not their fault if the food is wrong. It
Yeah,
is
oh,
not their
yeah.
fault if the food doesn't taste good.
Right. They're not the cooks.
They're not the one who made it.
Right.
They're just the one who had to go and fetch it.
Right.
So don't mess up their tip because the cook messed up, because that's on him
Of course.
or her. It is not the waiter's fault. Leave them alone.
And also, when it comes to tipping, miss, if you can't,
At a restaurant, I'm different.
if you can't afford to tip at least 20%, then don't order that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, to people that do it, I'm not saying you do it all the time, but you're known for not tipping well. Like, because I have a huge respect for people that kind of do that. Even people that suck.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be really bad for me to give you a bad tip.
I know I've seen friends of mine that are servers and they've gotten 0 tips on like huge bills, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. I just hate that. I hate the disrespect. You know what I mean?
Mine's not out of a disrespect. Mine's just out of like a cheapness, and it's also like I don't.
Right. I mean, that comes to my point.
And
Is like, if you can't
sometimes-
afford it, then don't.
And sometimes I just don't think about it. I'm like, oh, this is 10% times 2 or times 1.5. If I
But
do
now
15.
it has the buttons on there.
Yeah, I know.
You just hit 20%. It calculates it for you.
I know. I've gotten better.
Yeah. I'm not
Okay,
judging
good.
you. I'm just saying that you're known for doing that. You
Yes.
know? But I'm judging other people who either don't leave a tip or leave like $1 or something like that. You know,
Yeah, because
it's
people are going out of their way to do those things.
right. And it's ridiculous. And so one of the examples right here too is like janitor people. Like people will leave stuff on the table and say, "Oh, someone will clean that up. It's their job." I'm like, it's also your job to be a human being
And throw it away.
and throw it away yourself.
Yeah.
Their job is to make sure the table's clean for the next person, not to clean up your shit.
Yeah. I always used to be like, and I still sometimes do it, unless the waiter's already there, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll be the one to like stack up the plates and stuff. Like, even if it's not quite how they would do it, I'm like,
Right.
I'm at least trying to help a little bit. And like,
It's like that girl at Bob Evans who just like took everyone's plate
God,
and
she
on that
was
whole
like-
stack. I was like, ooh, that's too much.
I
That's
was
too
like,
many.
how you do that?
Yeah.
Her
How you,
arm
done, how you
strength-
done did that?
Her arm strength must be insane.
And her just like her hands got to be wide too,
I know
like
she
that.
was like, that's fine, I got it. I'm
like,
used
how
to
you-
it. We were like,
Dang.
all of us, Alyssa was like, you
Hey,
sure you
Hulk.
want another one? She's like, yeah, I got it.
All right, so the next one is background wallpaper on people's phone.
So people judge people for the background, on their phone.
Yeah. So an example was, especially when it's a picture of themselves. Who puts a photo of themselves as a background?
Okay, for sure,
Photo.
I don't love that.
Me.
I know. But Penny does it as motivation for weight loss. She puts a picture of how skinny she used
Yeah,
to be.
and also, guess what? You don't have to look at their phone. So why do
Yeah,
you
I
care
know.
what's
Why are
on
you
there?
looking at other people's phones?
Let people
You know
do what
when
they
I
wanna
judge
do.
it? When it's your phone and it doesn't include me. That's the only time I judge it.
I know,
'Cause
but I have a picture with
always-
us three on it. So.
I know, and now I like that. I always like to, because I keep you on mine, because then it's like, oh, he's always with me. Oh, so sweet.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, he wants me on his phone because I'm pretty enough or cute enough, because that used to be like a thing. I mean, it's not now that we're old, so like it's not really a thing, but it's like, yeah, be proud of your wife. Like, hey, that's my wife. She's background on my phone.
I am. I show people my phone all the time.
Good, that's my wife.
Yeah. So I'm
Thick-
like, here's my little
thicker-
family. And they're like, oh, you're
thicker
so
than a
cute. You
snicker
guys are so cute
in
together
my
with your little
winter gear.
dog.
I know.
I was like, yeah.
We're so pretty, all of us. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then people compliment Ziva more than they do us. So.
Well, I'm not surprised. My dog looks better than I do, so.
And here's probably the biggest one: not putting your shopping cart back.
Okay, so a lot of people are very anti this, and I also find it a little disrespectful, and I also find myself saying there is someone who does this, but I also feel like it's very rude when we do that, because that person doesn't need to be going to fetch it.
Yeah.
At Costco, you are famous for this.
Costco's different.
No, it's not.
Hold up.
Why is it
Costco's different because we park so far from the things.
But it's our choice to park there.
Yeah.
So it's not their fault that we chose to park in another company's
that's
parking
fine.
lot.
That's fine. If I'm wrong,
And
I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just saying it's going to keep happening because that's the only place I do it.
Yes.
Anywhere else, I will take it and I'll put it back in the thing,
Yes.
the corral or whatever it's called.
It's just a shopping cart return. It's just a cart return.
I thought they called it something different.
I mean, I don't know, but it's just a cart return.
No, but
When you made me put it on the curb the one time,
yeah.
I was like, make me look like the bad guy.
well, you could have taken it back. You didn't have to listen to me.
But it requires crossing the highway thing.
That's
and
what I'm
that's all I'm saying. But it's also, if that was their business,
Because also when we go to
There would be
Aldi,
a
I park far away and I still take it back.
or we return it before we even head to the car, which is always a plus for
That's
us.
what I'm saying.
Right
But-
now, people are not returning the carts to Aldi's cart return.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And whatever night I was at the gym, Dad and I were looking in the parking lot. They have so many carts. I did not realize this, that at night they're actually filling up parking spaces with carts, long lines of them.
Yeah.
And then I guess they rotate them in and out. I don't know. But they're not there during the day. Why?
Right.
I don't know where they are. It's like, big secret. Where do they go? Where do the carts go?
Then you put them back in the
Because
store. They
the
take them out
cart-
back.
The cart lines are filled, so the two return lines are full, and then there was 2 full lines of them in the parking lot. Dad was like, look at that, nobody want to take their cart back? I was like, no, Dad, I think that's intentional.
Yeah, they probably do that on purpose.
And then they probably bring them
Because
in.
they probably got extra carts.
Yeah, I was like, good
Yeah.
Lord. But yes, I used to have that used to be my big pet peeve when what's now Acme would be Pathmark. You would find people, and people still do, the people that live around there aren't the classiest bunch, no offense.
Yeah.
But they're constantly taking the carts, like with them on their walk home because they
Yeah.
walk to the store. Well, like
Oh, at my parents' house, it was
Oh,
it was
I-
awful.
shopping cart
'Cause people
central.
because people would take Kmart carts, like homeless people would take Kmart carts and like take it home, and then when they get home, they would like go and dump it somewhere, and people would throw it in our backyard. We found Kmart carts in our backyard
We used
before.
to do the jackass thing and ride shopping carts around in the back parking lot,
Yeah, we
the
did
medical
that.
center, because people would leave Kohl's carts, Pathmark carts,
Yeah.
all those would be all up in that parking lot. So people managed to get them back across the highway,
Right.
but then they just leave them. It was stupid.
Yeah.
I do judge people on that.
Do you judge people on what their bathroom looks like when you go to their house?
I can't because ours is so bad.
Ours is bad, you know, but mostly because of dog hair.
People
Like,
tell
when you
us all the
sit
time,
down-
they're like, oh, there's Ziva hair on the toilet seat. I'm like, that's from sitting down on our couch,
Yeah, and then
standing
getting up
and then
and
you sit
sitting
down
down.
on our toilet.
Yeah.
You're
The
bringing
hair
it
comes
with you.
Right.
There's nothing I can do about
Yeah.
that.
You can go to a different state and it still comes with you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always in everybody's food. It's
Yep.
everywhere. So, but no, I don't judge people in their bathrooms unless it's really disgusting. Like, at your house,
The upstairs one?
the upstairs bathroom, the kids' bathroom.
Yeah.
I was
disgusting, I know.
appalled.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Nico and Lucas's bathroom at Penny's.
Oh, yeah, that was gross.
She hates that bathroom and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
hates cleaning it because she knows it's
Yeah,
gross.
it was pretty bad.
I'm always like, Penny, I'm using your bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, exactly. So I can judge. But I don't blame them because I own a house and I know what a pain in the butt it is and how literally disgusting it is to clean a bathroom. I
Right.
hate doing it. And it just, I understand. I sympathize.
Yeah. What about someone that doesn't like animals?
I mean, I love Grandma, but like, come on, girl. At least she tolerates them.
No, I don't think it's that she doesn't like them.
She doesn't want them to knock her over.
She's scared of cats.
Yes.
I don't know. They're just not, because they're older and they want to have nice things. So they don't want, you know what I mean?
It's like my mother.
I don't think it's not that they.
My mother wants nice things, but
Right.
she also needs animals in her life.
Right.
She always has. So she can't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Because it's nice to have
she's like,
someone.
I can't
It's nice to have
do
something you
this,
can take
Mom.
care of.
So it's, yeah, but
But also, if you say you don't like animals, like, you're weird.
I feel like
And I
it's
don't
a
trust you.
weird thing.
Yeah, I don't trust you.
Yeah, I feel like it's a weird thing.
Did you see the video of the gorillas at Disney at Animal Kingdom?
No.
Yeah, it went viral. So there was a little tiny baby snake that got into the gorilla enclosure,
Oh.
and it was in the hay. And then the little gorillas were going through it with their hands, flipping it and they're
Trying to figure out what
trying
it
to
is
figure
and
out
get
what it
rid.
is. And then you just see him doing that, and then all of a sudden the big dad just goes running over, and I was like, oh my gosh! Imagine if you saw that big thing running towards you. I would be so scared.
Yeah.
But then eventually they couldn't. Everyone was like, yeah, they're gonna slam it. They're gonna slam their fist on it.
They just kept flicking it around.
Yeah, they couldn't figure out what it was. They
They-
didn't try and grab it or anything.
Did
were
they take
just-
it out of there?
I don't know. It was in a pile of hay.
Yeah.
So they kept swiping the hay around to try and find it. But it was so funny. Yeah, it was a 5-minute long video, and that's all I watched. The whole.
Just gorillas.
It's just
sweeping
gorillas
hay.
doing. Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah,
I do judge people who don't like animals. I think it's a little weird.
Yeah, it is, especially dogs or cats or something. I'm not a cat
You
person, but I'm not gonna say I don't like cats.
You can be a person who doesn't want a pet.
Yeah, but you can
But
still like
still
animals.
like
Right.
animals?
Yeah, it's two different things.
Yes. That's fine. But if you just generally hate animals, then you're just weird.
And then this is something that's very prominent now in this world that we're living in is people's opinions. So do you judge others that have different opinions than you?
No.
I don't either. Maybe sometimes.
Okay, yeah, maybe a little bit. Just a wee bit.
Maybe sometimes.
Just
Because I want to know the logic, and it's hard to sometimes to talk to somebody about it without
Triggering
them
them.
getting mad.
Yep.
Yeah, because I know I'm not going to get mad, but I
Right.
just want to know what makes you think that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
It's very hard to not judge people for their opinion when their opinion is so judgy, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
right,
Because their opinion is so set in stone and they are very much so the people that, who have these opinions that I don't necessarily agree with, I only judge them if they are, well, my opinion is the right one.
oh yeah. When
I don't
we're not-
want to
yeah,
be
yeah,
friends with you if I find out that you voted for someone or you didn't get vaccinated or you don't like masks.
Yeah.
Those people are crazy to me.
Yeah.
I judge you because it's not fair for you to think that you can't talk to someone who's different than you.
Right.
It's annoying. We don't have to like the same person
Right.
to like each other. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
So,
And the reason that they're like that is because they're they're going by feelings
yeah.
when the other person is going by facts.
I go by a little bit of both, really.
Same.
So it's you don't have to.
Well, my feelings are created because of seeing the facts.
Yeah. I just judge people who
Right.
I judge people who judge people for their opinion because
But just because you have a different opinion than me, I'm not going to say I'm not friends with you.
yeah, I know.
That's
and
ridiculous.
And it's very common right now.
That's ridiculous. That's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Most dumbest.
Yeah, most dumbest. That's why I said it, because that was a dumb saying.
Yeah. It is. It's a little ridiculous. It's just excessive in this culture right now.
Yeah, but it's always, I mean, it's not just, we always say that like it's right now, but it's always
been that way.
It's
yeah.
always been. It's just more heard about now because of social media and the news and
It's
different
always
things that
in
way.
your face.
Right. But think about all the stuff that went on through the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Compared to now? You know, now is light work compared to back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's just you hear about everything because you got it on your in your hand 24/7.
Yep.
That's all it is. How much time we got? Okay. We'll wrap it up with this one. And do you judge people that cheat?
That cheat?
Yeah.
Yes. Like cheating on their spouse or cheating on a test?
Well, that's what I was reading. Yes. Yeah.
Little bit of
Yeah, I
both.
think they're talking about, well, cheating on that kind of stuff, I think that can lead to thicker cheating.
I mean, I think we've all cheated on a test at least once in our lives.
Oh, yeah, I plagiarized like a mother.
Well, I didn't do that. I meant
I
like.
did. And she tried to call me out on it, and she highlighted every word that I wrote compared to the paper she found. And it was the exact same,
Why?
except for a couple of thes and ands. And I still denied it. I was like, that's not mine. I was like, they must have took it off me.
There's,
Yo, I fought so hard.
there's no way.
She was
anyone
like, "You're not
believed
giving
that
up."
with your grades.
She was like, you're not giving up, are you? I was like, I swear I didn't do that. It was crazy. But yeah,
I do judge people who cheat.
I don't like cheating, but I'm trying to think if I judge people for it.
I just think that if you really love someone, then you don't need to cheat. So why are you with them if you feel the need to go somewhere else?
I disagree. Because, listen,
Okay.
you can really love someone, right? Mm-hmm. But say all his or her attention is being given to something else. Mm-hmm. You know? But you really love them. They really love you. But without thinking about it, their attention is going all towards work and stuff like that. Right? So they're not giving you the attention that you yearn for, but someone else is. And without thinking about it, you're noticing that someone's giving you that attention, and your feelings, you know, your love is still there for that person. You know, that's not going to go away. Because you can still cheat. You see it all the time. That guys are still in love with their wife, but they're going to go and have a side piece.
Which I hate.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not the fact that you're in love with that person. You know, I think it takes a different discipline, because it's not for men. I mean, scientifically proven, you know, that men have a harder time with it.
I know.
Because men were meant to spread their seed.
Which I hate.
But it takes more discipline and focus to be married to one person. Or not to be married to one person, but to, you know, be with one person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's fine not to like it.
It just.
But I'm just telling you that, yeah, you could still love that person, but then still cheat on them.
But I still judge you for it because I think it's wrong.
Right. No, I do too.
I mean, I just think that. I don't know. Is your whole heart with that person, though, if you're really that easily swayed to someone else, even if their attention's not there?
Yeah.
Is it really?
And that's why there has to be communication.
Like,
You know, you have to be able to sit and talk about those things. You got to talk about the hard topics. You got to be willing just to put everything on the table.
yeah.
Just say, this is how I feel. And the other person is like, oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why it's important. That's why communication in a relationship is behind love. It's number 2. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I judge people on it because I don't care about their relationship.
I mean, I don't care about it.
Unless it's someone I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then again, that person that you know will tell you like, "Oh, we were doing bad and all this other stuff," and then you believe that, but then you hear the other side of the story, and then you just found out like he just wanted to cheat or something. And I think especially as Christians, or people believe in.
I don't even go into the religious part of it. I go into the pure moral aspect of being with some.
Of course, yeah. Morally, it's bad too, but I'm talking about like how Christians view it. Because do you really hate it, or do you hate gays more? I saw a gay couple one time, which is why I don't go to that church anymore, walk out because they were being kind of like looked down on.
Yeah, I cried that time.
Yeah, they walked out.
I wanted to leave with them so badly.
Yeah, but no one says anything to the woman that had cheated on her husband and then goes to church with the guy she cheated on him with.
Yep.
No one talks about that.
No, they don't.
You don't push them out. You know what I mean? So I was like, what are we doing here?
Infidelity is a sin.
Right.
So that should also be frowned upon in a religious aspect, but I don't even look at it in that way. I just look at it as just pure human decency. You're with someone, then you're with them.
Right.
And if you feel the need
and don't waste their time. Yeah,
elsewhere,
if you feel the need to go, don't waste their time. Just break up with them or end it. And that's what I'm saying is that love is always there, but the sexual part of things drives them somewhere else. They're thinking with the wrong head. You know what I mean?
If something were to happen like if you cheated on me,
right,
it would be life shattering.
Right.
Remember that.
Why do you don't do this on my podcast. Act like I'm gonna have a chance to do that. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not like that.
I know. This was a really serious way to end it. I don't love that.
Oh, you want a different one then?
Hit me with something happy real quick. Hit me with something happy.
Do you judge me on anything?
Is that a trick question?
No, I just want to know. I don't care. What do you judge me on?
The way that you're a snap judgment person who decides things like...
Snap judgment? What does that mean?
It means you very quickly decide you're not going to do something because you think you already know how it's going to be. Without even trying.
Yeah, I guess.
You do that a lot. And you get very...
not going to the beach? Is that what this is about?
No. Not just that. There's other things, bigger things sometimes where you're just no, I already know how that's going to be, so I'm not doing it. Where it's you could give something a chance for once in your life and see if maybe you will be right, or maybe this time you'll be proven wrong.
Yeah.
You never give things a chance except for things that are 100% controlled by you.
Right. Which
drives me nuts. You wanted help with something, I found someone that could do... Well, then I have to pay for it. And I was like, I digressed. I am no longer offering my assistance. Because you wanted to do it yourself, and you needed the help, but you still wanted to do it yourself, so I was going to let you be.
Because I know when I get help, they're not going to do it the way I want, and it bugs me.
You say that, but you don't know.
Because I've done it enough.
No, but
so I base it off of that. That's what I'm talking about.
You're not working with the same person.
I know that.
This person could be the kind of person who is very client-based. Mm-hmm. Everything you want, I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Help me help you. That kind of thing.
Right.
That's where I judge you on that sometimes.
I know. It's just because I've spent a lot of money on things and I haven't gotten what I wanted in return, and that's what I'm very skeptical about. I've done it so many times. And then I get something back and I'm like, what? This isn't even close to what I wanted.
Well,
but I know who knows best what I want better than me. You know what I mean?
Sometimes me.
I mean, in different aspects. I'm talking about, creatively. You know what I mean? Only I know what I want and how I want it done. So, yeah, it just takes more time. But I'd rather take more time and do it myself than be fast and just pay someone to do it.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
Because also doing it myself, I learn. I figure out, oh, I can do that, and I can, what I'm talking about? That's how I learn.
Yes.
And I learn more about things by doing that. But, would you like to know what I judge you on?
How I talk about myself.
No.
How I put myself down.
I don't judge you for that. I just hate that.
Yeah.
It's not that.
What do you judge me on then?
I don't know. When you...
You asked. Do I want to know? So that means you had something in mind.
Just because it happened earlier. So, yes?
Sure.
Oh. Okay. Well, you don't have to.
No, I'd love to
If
know.
it's going to make you mad.
No, I'd love to know. Tell me.
When you clean the sink, you do so good at cleaning the sink, but then you leave everything in there. I'm just like, she cleaned all that, but they just left all the gunk in there.
You know
And
why?
it's dried up, and I'm just like, this is disgusting.
That's why. Because it's so gross, I don't want to touch it. I'm like, oh, he'll take care of that part.
Yeah.
So I let you do that
Well,
part for me.
Okay. Well, at least you know.
I do.
All right,
do it
good.
on. I don't like.
So you do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
If it's like a little bit of
Then it
something,
dries up and it's... Ugh.
when it's dry, it's easy to dump out. When it's wet, not so much. You
No.
gotta sit there and clean it out, and it's disgusting. And it always has a smell, and I just don't want it. So I let it be. I let you handle all of that. But if there's like a little bit of something, I'll dump it out and I'll clean it. But I just no.
Yeah.
No. It's not my thing. I'll clean the dishes. I'll put them out. I'll let them dry, put them whatever. But the sink, that's all you. Sorry. I know.
All right. That's great. At least I know for the future that you do it on purpose. That actually makes it better for you.
Yeah, you don't judge
That I
me
know
as
that you
much.
do it on purpose.
Yes, I do it on purpose.
All right. Good.
I don't just
I thought
leave-
you were just bad at cleaning.
No.
I was like,
I just
you just
don't-
stop right at that part?
And last night, I will tell you that the sink was because there was so much, the water was taking a really long time to drain.
Right.
And I was not putting my hand in that murky
Yeah,
water.
it's kind of gross.
Yeah.
But whatever. Anywho, thank y'all for listening to the podcast, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Number 100. It was fun.
Don't judge us
Don't
for
judge us for judging you.
Because
Even if you do cheat or you do any of these cart things, you leave your cart in the parking lot. It is what it is.
anything you do that I judge you
Just
on,
think
it's
about us.
fine. I judge you silently. I'm not going to tell you to your face, and I'm still going to love you anyway.
Yeah. Think
So
about
don't
me
worry
next
about
time you
it.
leave your cart in the parking lot.
Yeah, think about me when you cheat.
That's weird.
I know. Maybe it'll discourage them.
Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We can always use more of those. Thank you for listening. If you want to leave a review, that would be also great. Just let me know what I can work on. Let me know if you want to hear about anything. And don't be afraid to talk back.
Yeah, talk back. We don't judge you for that.
We don't judge you. Even if it's bad, it's whatever. I take criticism decently. But
Yeah,
anyway,
sometimes.
yeah. Thank you for listening. This is Strong Tower Podcast. We're out. Peace.
It's my foundation. It's my faith. It's my work ethic. It's my drive. It's everything that I've tried to build for myself that has made me who I am.